Are we on the air?
Yes, you are.
You ended up touring with Cardi, the Firestarter album. Of course, you had the Powerful joint,
Yeah.
which is like big song.
Thank you.
But basically, you were out there in the world doing these things. You guys were with Shaggy too, was
Shaggy,
it?
yeah,
Was Shaggy?
man. In America, even Boise, Idaho.
Whoa,
Crazy.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that entire experience of being a young kid, seeing all this? Like, what did you take from that experience touring?
I have to say, Cardi and I, we're like yin and yang. We realized it was possible.
Mm-hmm.
We just needed somebody to give us a chance.
Yeah.
Because people, especially in America, had no idea who we were. But music is language. And everywhere we went, stepped on the stage, energy, boom. They took a liking to us. So it's just a matter of getting the chance.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Crazy. Now, when we look back, and even now when we look at like just the history of what we would consider our successful R&B singers, and we're talking about in the bigger picture of music, much less Canada, we think about like Tamia, Deborah Cox. And they all moved over to the States. What stopped you from making that transition? Just saying, okay, you know what? I got to pack my bags and go over there.
Yeah, first of all, my mother, I'm like Oedipus. I'm so in love with her. Second of all, I always wanted to have one foot in Canada and America. I went there, spent some time, and decided that I didn't want to integrate. That I wanted to be Canadian, live in Canada, but work in America. Like it's totally possible.
Yeah.
And
this is your home base, and you just can make some money down there.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't feel I should be exiled. I'm born right here. If I ran, then really, my niece who's coming up, she wouldn't even think it'd be possible. And so, I don't know, maybe because my mom came here and worked for $1.68 an hour, brethren, and raised 9 kids by herself. Then I'm like, okay, I'm complaining about a record deal, about Canada not embracing me. I got to stay here and do it.
Right.
So that's why.
I hope people are listening to that, man.
Yeah, we love.
I mean, either way is not wrong or right, but it's just so good to hear someone say that, considering like where she is right now and where she came from, man.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the artists you mentioned, which they're awesome, from Deborah to Tamia to whomever, they're incredible artists. I love them all. I just want to be able to come home like Alanis Morissette and them, and do a show, and not just do Mod Club, but do Massey Hall.
Yeah,
I need to be able to come home.
Yeah.
No matter what. And I don't feel that that's necessarily possible with some of those artists.
Yeah.
Because we're still very prideful, and we need to have the music rep around the world, but based, to me, at home.
No, I totally agree.
Amen.
And like, if you think of any of the great artists that come out of Atlanta or LA or wherever, like, they'll go to New York and work and whatever, but they always come back home.
And you even say that they're coming out of Atlanta.
You
know what I mean?
Straight up. Straight up.
OTA Talk hanging out. Rez, myself, Ty, Jully Black. I gotta ask you, do you remember the significance of a specific date? June 21st, 1998, at about 1:30 a.m.?
Wow, well, I got my publishing deal.
There you go.
Yeah. Was that on some blog or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, that was a big year for me. Yeah.
Talk about that. Talk about getting that deal. You were like 20.
Come on, don't let people do the math and all that stuff.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even think about
actually,
that.
I wasn't 20 because they're going to think I'm 31. But anyway, what was I going to say? Publishing deal. I was at Bamboo. It doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
Queen Street. Had 3 songs only written to my name.
Wow.
Rallying, Big Payback, and I think a Rallying remix. And there I was, Canadian Music Week, long story short. The president of Warner Chappell was there, boozing it up, doing his thing.
Yeah.
And I performed with this impromptu band, and he came and kneeled on the floor, dirty floor.
Yeah.
Grabbed my hand after and kissed my hand and said, "I am not worthy. I want to give you a publishing deal. Did you write those songs?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Do you have others?" I was like, "No."
No.
And but that right there gave me the confidence to know that I'm a songwriter. I felt, okay, I'm a songwriter.
What's the difference between a publishing deal and a recording deal? Just break it down for the people that don't
Lord.
know.
Well, publishing is the actual writing, the song, the lyric, the melody, and the music. Right? So it's only this day and age I realize that I'm actually I'm a writer of music as well, because I write the melody.
Right.
So I've been shafted in the past.
Yeah, your percentages. You need
to
get
the percentages, right?
Yeah.
If the song's already done and then you give it to the dude, you already made the song.
Right.
So anyway, recording contract is a recording contract. It's to put records out. Others may write for you. You're basically the Gala Apple. Are you Gala or are you Granny Smith? You're a product. Right? That's what I would say. That your publishing is your pension plan for life.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You finally get signed MCA Records 2002.
Yeah.
How frustrating was it once you were signed to MCA to have your project delayed and then watch the label go under?
Yeah, my gosh. I can't
Because it was
explain.
frustrating for me and for
Yeah,
anybody that
straight
was
up.
waiting.
Yeah, you know, it was, it's a family show, so I won't get into a super duper analogy.
Nah, man, it's OTA Live.
Well,
It's real
you
talk,
know,
real talk.
you know, you're right there. You're almost about to. Oh, you bust before me. Oh man. But so anyway, on that note, it was quite frustrating and devastating. But it ended up being a super blessing because it really it got me to launch Jully Black Entertainment Inc.
Right.
You know, to make sure that I own my masters. I took the Ray Charles route. Didn't take a big advance. Like things, I just had to start becoming a student and not stretching my hand out and feeling that I'm entitled to anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it just really, it got me to a point of being hungry again, being at 20 Yellowstone Street in Finch, dreaming and wondering if I could ever have a record deal.
Yeah.
And here we are now. It's a beautiful thing. I wouldn't change anything that happened.
Strong believer in the term everything happens for a reason. I suppose.
Absolutely. Your blueprint has been written. It's been preordained.
Yeah.
So just, strap up your boots.
Yeah.
Get to walking.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Finally, in 2005, This Is Me
Yeah.
hit the stores. Long time coming.
Absolutely.
How did it feel to finally have something in the stores that was you? You know what I mean? Like,
Man, I felt like I lost 100 pounds. Like I just felt light. Like wow, it's really there. It's for real. It was wow, just life changing for me to know that again, my mom, man, everything's about my mom. She could actually tell her friends to go pick something up and them not just listen to a CD with a Sharpie written on it, you know,
Yeah.
Jully's tunes.
Yeah.
yeah.